This is News West 9 Weekend.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on News West 9 Weekend. I'm Chelsey Trahan. While many of us are celebrating the 4th of July early this weekend, you should be aware of some potential storms rolling into the basin. We're following news out of El Paso. Authorities are searching for 2 children and an Amber Alert has been issued. And a kitten named Vegas certainly has some good luck. You've got this big guy here. You probably can't see Emily English is behind this dog. Thank you so much for coming in, Emily. Oh my gosh, so sweet. A suspect is in the hospital this evening after being shot by a Midland County deputy early this morning. Here's a look at where it happened. Officials say they received a 911 call from the Kent Quick store on FM 1788 and Highway 158 just before 5 this morning. Police in North Texas say a 6-month-old baby drowned in the bathtub while her mother was on social media. An Amber Alert issued for a teen missing out of Brewster County has been discontinued, although she is still missing. Investigators are pleading for the release of a 13-year-old girl kidnapped in Lancaster, Texas. They say Siobhan Randall was abducted from her home Wednesday, and there are persons of interest in the case. So we've had quite a bit of rain this week, and we were just talking about Chris is wearing his rainstorm socks.
Yeah.
And every time he wears these, it rains. So I think Chris is controlling the weather. So is this rain going to stick around going into the work week? Well, here's an idea. Beat the traffic by taking an inner tube to work. Probably won't work here in West Texas, but some people in Colorado are doing it. That story's after the break. Well, we had a little break from the severe weather, but it came right back last night, hitting Midland the hardest this time. Take a look. Trees were not safe from the winds. This tree snapped in half and fell on top of a shed, just completely crushing it. This one fell in the road, blocking traffic on L Street last night. And we want to thank all our viewers for sending in those pictures, and I'm sure many people are wondering where those high winds came from and why was the storm so damaging in Midland. President Trump is once again attacking what he's calling the Russia hoax story. That while the White House and Republican senators scramble to put together a passable health care bill. Well, storms hit the Permian Basin this evening, leaving thousands without power and many drivers stuck in floodwaters. Here's a look at a car stuck near I-20 off of Lamesa Road and Wayside Drive. The city of Midland says they responded to a total of 20 water rescues so far tonight. The city has closed all low water crossings to help protect drivers. And police are not immune to the high water. Thomas Gutierrez snapped this picture of a Midland police officer stuck in water at Louisiana and Terrell. In another picture, you can see a group of patrol units nearby to help him out. It's a good weekend to be indoors because it's tax-free weekend. So if you were thinking of doing something outside, maybe just go and shop.
That's right.
I think just
make a dash
inside. There was more violence in Charlottesville today. Fallout from the clash between white nationalists and counter-protesters. Yesterday's dueling rallies turned deadly when a car plowed into a group of those who opposed the alt-right. Interviewed after he set the record, the teen thanked his parents and his coach and said he still had more power.
I just really want to give that guy some Advil right now.
I feel like I have a headache just watching that video. Yeah. A New Mexico judge has ruled a policy banning incarcerated mothers from breastfeeding infants unconstitutional. State District Judge David Thompson issued the ruling in a case brought by Monique Hidalgo, a state prison inmate who had been fighting for the right to breastfeed her 5-week-old daughter. Well, scary moments for an Odessa family after a suspect drives a stolen truck into their home. The homeowner tells us the truck crashed into his 8-year-old daughter's bedroom. The family was in their living room watching a movie together when her door swung open and dust flew in. It all happened on the 1100 block of Douglas. Neighbors say there were 3 people in the truck at the time. Police have not yet caught the driver of the vehicle. Nearby residents helped board up the little girl's room. Well, tragedy in Midland after a teen falls to his death from the 11th story of an abandoned building last night. A bill requiring women to purchase extra insurance to cover abortions has passed the state house and now moves to the Senate. The bill would make exceptions only for medical emergencies. 10 states already have laws restricting insurance coverage of abortion in private insurance plans. The Austin Police Department is in the process of parking all 397 of its Ford Explorer police cruisers. They made the announcement Friday, and the process is expected to take until Monday. The move comes after months of complaints about carbon monoxide inside the vehicles. Here in West Texas, we are no stranger to scorching temperatures. tempers. But do you ever wonder if your mood changes with the weather? One new study says yes. The hotter it is outside, the more tempers flare. Chelsey Trahan reports.
The water's ice cold.
Are you feeling angry today, Chris? It's hot out there.
It is hot.
Law enforcement agencies across Texas are rushing to secure additional funding after the Texas Department of Public Safety announced it will start charging for crime lab services. And the death of a mayor in a small town in Alaska is making big news because the mayor was a cat.